If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And if you have watched my channel before, welcome back. I really do appreciate the time that you guys take to watch my content. So my name is Tanya and I make little videos on budgeting, meal prep, decluttering, all that kind of stuff. And I throw in little tips and tricks that I'm learning along the way. I started this channel really to hold myself accountable for my own budget, but I hope that this channel inspires you to either stick with or start your own budget journey. I upload videos 2 times a week. I upload shorts 3 times a week, and I post on the community page 1 time a week. If you ever have any questions or ideas for videos, just leave them in the comments. I will get back to you. But for now, let's get into today's video. Good morning, guys. In today's video, we are going to be decluttering my kitchen. And I am just going to go shelf by shelf, cabinet by cabinet, and I'm going to lay everything out here so you can see it as I go through it. That was the easiest instead of moving the camera place to place to place. So I just thought that's what I would do. I am not going to try to match up my voice over to what's going on with the video. I just thought it'd be easier if I went ahead and went through the rules that I like to go by, or guidelines. They're not really rules, just guidelines that I like to go by as I'm decluttering. Again, if there's something that I see in the video and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to tell you this or that, then I will try to stop and do that. But for now, I just wanted to go over the rules or the guidelines, whatever you want to call them. So the first thing is you need to have 3 different boxes. I like mine to look vastly different. Okay. I know you guys know this if you have watched my decluttering videos for any amount of time. I like to have a giveaway box, which will be nothing but like a cardboard shipping box, whatever, if you get Amazon packages, or if you have boxes, whatever it is. So that way you don't have to worry about putting them in a nice container and then having to figure out where to put them before you give them away to whoever it is or whatever charity it is you're giving to. So I just like to start out with my giveaway as just a cardboard box. The second box, I'm going to try also to do all this like in one take, because I'm doing a voiceover and I don't know how to stop it and restart it. So I could go into, like take a break or take a drink of water or anything. So I'm going to try to do it all in one take. But anyway, so the second box is the transfer box. For me, it is a plastic bin. It's a gray, it looks like it's like the woven basket, but it's really just plastic, and it has no lid. And for that is a box. I call it the transfer box because it's just things that I want to keep and that I use, but they're not in the right room. Because if you're like me, you will get sidetracked if you go to put whatever it is in that room it goes in, and then you look at that room and it's a mess. So you think, oh, I can just take this or this or this or do this real quick, and then you go to the next room because you have to again transfer something over to another room, and then before you know it, it's been like 30 minutes, an hour, and you've not even started on the task of decluttering where you wanted to originally declutter because you got sidetracked. So for me, I found, this is just trial and error. It might not work for you, but for me, I found it's just so much easier if I have a transfer box. And then that way, if it's something I'm going to use and something I'm going to keep, I put it in that box. If it's in the wrong place, if it's in the wrong room, at the end of my decluttering session, I will take that transfer box and I will just take it room to room to room and put those items in the room they belong in. That makes it so much easier on me. I don't get sidetracked. I stay focused. So that's why I came up with the transfer box. Okay, and then the next box is going to be your pause box. This box is very, very dangerous. If you guys have watched my channel, you know how I feel about the pause box. It is for things that are sentimental and you're not quite sure what you want to do with. Or if you're not emotionally or mentally ready to deal with it yet, you put it in that pause box. Okay, it can be sentimental items from somebody that has passed away. It can be items from when your kids were little and you don't know if you want to keep them, but yet you don't know if they want to keep them, that type of a thing. It can also be for overflow. I used that box when I was trying to pare down my towels and my sheets and also my coffee cups. You've seen me going through my coffee cups there when I thought I had too many coffee cups. And if I put them in my pause box, and I thought to myself, if I keep going back and getting a certain coffee mug, if I take the time and the effort to go and get that mug, that must mean I really like it. So I'd rather get rid of a different one, if that makes sense. Also, my towels, I didn't know quite how many I wanted to keep, so I went ahead and put them in the pause box because it was overflow. And if I found myself going to that box to get towels all the time, then I knew I had pared it down too much. If I went and got towels out of that box just because I was out of towels, but yet I hadn't been able to do laundry all week, that was not a good excuse for me to go get more towels and keep them. In that case, I just felt like I needed to either focus on the laundry, focus on what day I was going to do laundry, that type of a thing, because the issue wasn't we needed more towels. The issue is we ran out because I didn't do the laundry. That makes sense. Again, people ask me all the time, okay, how many towels do I keep? How many sheets do I keep? How many sets of dishes do I keep? This is really just a personal preference. We do not entertain a lot. We also live in West Virginia. So for us, it makes sense for me to I keep 3 beach towels, and I keep 3, I guess you would call them hair towels, body towels, whatever you want to call them, because that's all we need. It's just me and my husband. I do keep a few old towels for my husky, and I keep those over by the front door because if it's raining or snowing, or we have a little tiny like kiddie pool that we fill up in the summer for her, so if she likes to take a dip in there, I don't want that water tracking all through my house. So I do keep my old either faded or bleached or just raggedy towels. I keep a few of them just so I can have by the front door. But other than that, on a normal basis, we do not run out of towels. If it's a crazy week, we might run out of towels, but it's no big deal just to throw a load in and get them done. So, sheets, I keep 1 comforter. No, I'm sorry. I keep 2 comforters and 2 sets of sheets per bed. One of them will be on the bed and one of them will be in the linen closet so that it will be ready to go on the bed while I'm washing the other ones. That's how I do it. When Tabitha, my daughter, when she was younger, I kept more just because, there was more accidents or she got sick or something like that. But now that it's just him and I, we don't need to do that. So I keep 2 comforters and 2 sets of sheets per bed that we have. As far as dishes goes, again, it depends on your lifestyle. Like I've said before, if you live in Florida and you have a pool in your yard, then you're going to need more towels than I do. Like that's common sense, like if I don't have a pool, so I don't need that many towels. It's just for when we bathe. If you entertain a lot, then you're going to need more dishes. Like you're just going to need more sets of dishes. You're going to need more serving dishes, that type of a thing. But for us, we do not entertain. We don't. I mean, every once in a while people will come over and visit, but we don't entertain on a big scale. And if we do have like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or something like that, and we have more people than what we do plates, it's okay. I use paper plates. It's no big deal. People don't mind. They can get more on the paper plates usually. So that's just what we do. If we have a cookout, again, we use throwaway plates. We just do fork, silverware, like cups, all of that. That's what we use. So for our rule of thumb, I keep 2 plates, 2 saucers, and 2 bowls per person in my household. That's just when I really became aware of and wanting to declutter the process. to me, that was just a good number, because it's going to take less time for me to wash those dishes, or should I say my husband now, because he's the house husband and he's been doing all of that for me. He's been great. I love it. But anyway, it takes less time to wash those dishes than it would if I had a set of odds and ends, or like 2 complete sets of, 18 plates and 18 saucers and 18 bowls. Like, it's going to take less time to wash the actual dishes that I have, instead of just buying more, so I don't have to do dishes as often, because it's just going to take more time in the end. So for me, when I pared it down and got serious about it, I did 2 plates, 2 saucers, and 2 bowls per person. That was when our daughter was with us, so we had 6. We had 6 plates, 6 saucers, and 6 bowls. Since she has moved out, I have not gotten rid of any, but one of my plates did break. So I now have 5 plates, 6 saucers, and 6 bowls. I could very well easily pare that down even more, but if it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it type of a thing. And I think that's a good round number. 6, I don't know. I feel like I could probably pare it down to like 4 of each and be just as happy. But I'm going to leave it like it is for now. And if they just, they might break here and there, and then I'll still have enough and not have to worry about it. So that's what I do personally. But again, we don't entertain. So I think I have my coffee mugs, I have pared down to, I want to say 6 or 8. And I just reuse the same ones in my videos. If I find one that I love, 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 I have to decide if it's worth me getting rid of one of my other mugs. That's just what I do. That's always been my rule, even when my daughter was growing up. Because we live in an old trailer, a small trailer. So she had a small room. So we had her clothes to where she had outfits that were actually outfits that I put together that matched in one drawer. She had her miscellaneous in another drawer, which is like clothes that just didn't match, but she loved. And then like we had pajamas and, like socks and underwear and bras, all that kind of stuff in the bottom drawer so she could reach them. And I would let her, she would know, like if we were going somewhere, I'd say, you need to go pick out a complete outfit. And she would know that was one that mommy put together. And if I said, it doesn't matter what you wear, go pick out something you want to wear, she knew she could go to that drawer, that they might be mix and matched. And I didn't care if they matched or not, because we weren't going to go anywhere, that type of a thing. But so I did that so that her clothes fit in the space that we had. I did the same thing with her toys. In the space that we had available, that was the toys that she was allowed to have. And I'm telling you, don't get me wrong, this girl had all kind of toys and all kind of clothes, okay? We made it work. But she knew if she got a toy, the rule was to bring a toy into the house, you had to get rid of a toy, because space was at a minimum and we needed every little nook and cranny we could get. So she knew the rule and she was okay with that, and she understood why. So, and I'm just sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I need to, like, they're going to think I'm a horrible parent. But she had like, I want to say six or 7 baby dolls. And what I did was I got those bins, those little plastic bins that you could get. I think it was like one of those tables that had like, 4 on one shelf and 3 on another shelf, different sizes and stuff. I got those, and we just drilled a hole in them and attached them right to the wall. And we called those her baby's beds. So they were up off the floor. They weren't taking up space. And she still had plenty of babies to work with. You see what I'm saying? Like, so we made it work with what we had. So yeah, that's just always been my philosophy, is if something new comes in, then something old has to go out. It just has to. Otherwise, Otherwise, your house is going to be cluttered. And I'm not saying my house is not cluttered right now. I'm sitting here looking around while I'm doing this voiceover. Ooh, girl, I could still get rid of a bunch of stuff, okay? But that's what I'm working on. I am working on that. And as you start to declutter too, you will realize, like, my mindset has changed and it has shifted. So when I go to the store, I used to always be about, oh, this would be a good organizing thing, or this would be good, or that would be good, or, oh, I think I like that, but I don't know if I'd ever wear it, but I'm going to get it because it looks, it's here now, and I don't know if I'll ever find it again, and just on and on and on. And now when I go to the store, I'm a lot more aware and conscious, I guess you could say, of like what I'm going to bring into my house. Okay, yes, this is a nice organizing container, but where would I use it? Am I going to use it? Do I have a specific place for it? All that kind of stuff. So again, you will notice slowly that your mind shift will start changing. It'll change the way you look at things that you're bringing into the house. So that's, just my little tidbit there. So anyway, okay. Whew, that was a long thing just to say I needed three different boxes, right? Oh my. Okay. So then you're going to get a timer. You can use your phone, your microwave, your oven. They all have timers. I don't use a timer for the simple fact that when I'm recording this, I can see on my camera how long the recording is. I try not to do any more than about 2 15-minute sessions. Like, that's all I want to do. That's all I prefer that you guys do, because if not, you're going to get burnt out. So, you can do a 15-minute session, and if you feel good, you can continue and do another 15-minute session. So anyway, I'm finally looking at the video now, and I'm going through all of my lunch containers. This is mine and my daughter's combined, because we like to meal prep our lunches together. So instead of her bringing over her lunch containers all the time, she has a certain set that she keeps at her house in case there's a time that we don't do it. She will still have containers that she can do it on her own, but most of these are ours combined, so that she just has one less thing she has to worry about bringing over here. So, but I am getting rid of a lot of them. Again, you want to make sure when you are decluttering that you do not declutter other people's things. Like, just don't do it, please. Just listen to me. Don't do it. And I'll tell you why. Because unless you have their permission, it's going to cause a rift, and it's going to cause an issue if you get rid of their items. Okay, so only declutter your things. Like right here, I'm in the kitchen. Like the bathroom I did last month, it was okay because it's not anything personal that my husband has. But again, I only got rid of like trash and things that were broken, or, things like that in the bathroom. And then here in the kitchen, like, this is really, as of right now, it's my domain. So he won't say anything if I get rid of stuff. Now, as he starts cooking more, then he might have a preference. So again, just don't declutter anybody else's stuff. I do not declutter anything that belongs to him. Every once in a while, I'll get on a kick and I'll be like, can I declutter your clothes? And he'll say yes or no. And if he says no, I don't bother him. If he says yes, then I will literally bring out like one drawer at a time to him, and I'll say, okay, this is, your t-shirt drawer. Let's go through it. And I'll hold them up and I'll say, can I get rid of this one? Yes, no, so you always want to get the person involved, and don't declutter their things. Also, if it's children, you want to get them involved. Okay. Yes, it's going to take you longer. Yes, it's going to be harder, but it will be worth it, because in the end, you are teaching them life skills, and you are teaching them that, number one, it's okay to get rid of things. They don't have to hold on to everything. Number two, as you declutter, it's going to be easier to organize and know where things are in your home. And that's going to help them, number one, declutter. Like, their mind's not going to be as cluttered, so they can learn easier, and they're going to process it easier. And it's going to be easier for them to get rid of things when they're adults and they have their own household. Like, you're just teaching them life skills, how to declutter, how to get rid of things, how to know what is important and what you're going to use and what you're not using, that type of a thing. So it's very, very important. And again, just know, just have in your mind, have your mindset, you know it's going to take longer, but it's okay. So, make sure it's just, again, you don't want to pull everything out. Do like one bin, do one shelf, do one cabinet, whatever it is, you want to do one at a time. That way, if you see that the kids are getting wore out and frustrated, or you're getting wore out and frustrated, you can stop and you won't have a mess all over the house, okay? But please, whatever you do, get your children involved. Don't just tear into their playroom while they're at school and get rid of all their toys and be like, I'm done, I've had it, you're not playing with them, whatever it is. Like that could be, I can't say it will be, but it could be traumatic for some people, for some kids. So just keep that in mind, you get them involved. You can see here I'm going through all my cabinets and getting rid of stuff. Also, another thing is, when I was doing this video, I had a specific person in mind for the things that I was getting rid of, because someone near and dear to my heart, I'm not going to say who it was, but anyway, someone near and dear to my heart was starting all over again. So they were moving and not having anything, I can say barely anything that they were taking with them. So I was trying to be in, I'll say this, I always try to be ruthless when I'm decluttering anyway, but I was being extra ruthless this time, because I knew, instead of giving them to I want to say like a Goodwill or something, like a charity or something like that, I was giving it away to someone specifically that I knew needed the stuff. So I was being extra, extra ruthless with myself. And that's always good. Like, that's a good motivator, just be ruthless with yourself. So, yeah, so the transfer box I empty right away after I'm done with my decluttering session. My giveaway box, I usually take it out to my vehicle as soon as I'm done with my decluttering session, but I usually don't get rid of it for about a week, sometimes 10 days, depending on if I always let my mother and my daughter go through it to see if there's anything they want before I give it to the charity I'm giving it to. So always by 7 to 10 days, I will get rid of it, but I do let myself have that amount of time just to make sure that they get to see what's in there. And then the pause box, here's the thing, if it's sentimental and you're just not ready mentally or emotionally to deal with it, give yourself 6 months. That's why I like a container that is plastic, that has a lid on it, because you can put it somewhere and you can wait 6 months and wrap your head around, in the back of your mind, okay, this is what I have in that box. I'm going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to figure out. If it's, shooting a text to a family group chat and saying, hey, this is, Grandma Susie's, I don't know, Dutch oven that she always cooked out of, but I'm just not using it. Would any of you guys like to have it? That type of a thing. So it's staying in the family, all that stuff. But you do not have that responsibility of keeping it for the family. You don't have to have that guilt of, oh, I'm getting rid of it and I really shouldn't, because, you don't have that. If you if you send out a group text and say, this is what it is, I'd like to know from, I give you like a week, right? Or, can you let me know by this time? That type of a thing. It makes it so much easier and it frees you up so much. And then someone else might love it and be used, oh yes, I want that. I love it. I'll use it, every week or whatever it is. So that way you don't have the responsibility and the guilt of, should I hold on to it or should I not? Same with the overflow. Again, give it 6 months so you will know and see if you're going to that overflow box and getting things out because you need them, or because, like for me, if I just was letting the laundry pile up, like, no, did I pare it down too much, or do I just need to do laundry? That type of a thing. So yeah, 6 months, I would say 6 months is good for the for the sentimental box. I do keep 2 of those boxes for the simple fact that, you know, you might have sentimental stuff in one, but you might have overflow in another, and some of that stuff can be kind of bulky, so it takes up a lot of space. Right now, both of my sentimental boxes are empty. Woohoo! Yay for me! And you'll get there. You'll get there. If you're not there yet, you will get there. No worries. So I'm just going through all of my kitchen stuff. I'm almost done here, guys. Like, I don't have very much more to go through. And then I'll show you at the end, like that, all that right there that you're seeing on the video, that's all stuff I'm getting rid of. Like, I got rid of a ton of stuff. I was very brutal with myself. But that's okay. That it felt good. I have a lot of cabinet space now that I can grow into if I need it. You know, it was just duplicates of things that, like, why do I need, you know, 6 oven mitts? I don't need 6 oven mitts. I need 2. That's it. I have 2 hands. I only need 2 oven mitts, right? So anyway, I was just trying to pare that down a little bit and help someone out in the process. So yeah, I think that's pretty well all. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. I'm sure there's more rules that I'm forgetting, or guidelines, I guess I should say. I'm doing that in air quotes while I'm doing guidelines. Yeah, look, here I am. I'm getting ready to show you all the stuff that I'm getting rid of. Look at all that. That's massive. Man, it makes me feel so much lighter. Oh, another thing is, like, when I'm getting rid of stuff, I always think to myself, if I get rid of this, number one, can I replace it? This is the little bit right here that I also am getting rid of. But anyway, is it easily for me to replace? And if so, then I have no qualms about getting rid of stuff, because I can buy it. Yes, it might cost me money, but I can buy it and replace it if I ever decide I need to. That's all for today's video. Again, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really do appreciate it. As always, feel free to like, comment, and share my videos. And until next time, you guys stay safe and have a great day.